Welcome back to our fourth episode of Hades here on TVGP's We Roguelike It, the show we play every roguelike in history. I'm here with Boston Dream. As always, Moonpier.
I hate you.
And Monkey Senior.
Hello.
We are wrapping up our coverage of Hades. We will announce the next game, and then we'll talk about... We'll hand it over to the scientists after this. They'll figure out where Hades will go in our giant list of the best roguelikes of all time. But before we get into that, anybody have any really great runs this week?
Yes. Several,
Okay.
in fact.
Then you're first.
Okay. Because I know you didn't do it, Boston, but I joined the I Beat the Roguelike Club this game.
I had so
then...
many good runs this week that just didn't get there.
Oh, I had like 6 runs that were like, oh, Hades killed me again. Oh, spoiler alert, Hades is the final boss. Oh,
Right.
Hades killed me again. Oh, Hades killed me again.
Right.
And then I had a good run. And then I did an impression of Monkey and then had a second successful good run right afterwards, literally back to back. And I know you broke a chain at some point this week based on your Twitter feed, so I'm sure we'll get into that soon. But yo, dude, this game is fantastic. It took away effort to not swear then.
Really good.
It would have been understandable.
Yes. We have talked about certain games on our lists, a couple of them better than others, have integrated a story reason for a restart.
Mm-hmm.
No game has done it as good as this.
No.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, I think Everspace did a fantastic job of, like, okay, you got to the end. Why would you need to go back to the end again? Here is a story reason why. Genuinely a solid story reason. I think this takes every single one of those and blows them out the water because it gives you a very valid reason for getting to the end and then a very valid reason for getting there again and again and again and again. It's ridiculous. But yes, I had a couple of good runs. So far, I have not defeated Hades with the sword. The thing I'm best at, I have not defeated him with that yet.
Interesting.
I actually really don't like the sword for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. I'm best with the sword. I admit I'm best with the sword. I did it with the bow, which I'm terrible with.
Oh, yeah.
And I did it with the spear. Mostly because by the time you get to Hades' second stage, if you could start to recognize his patterns, his second stage becomes kind of a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually do think his second phase is much easier than his first phase now.
100%.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you know what he's going to do, you're just like, cool, I'm just going to stand right here and not do anything. And then I'm going to come out, do a bunch of damage, and then go and hide again. Like, it works perfectly every time. And I even did the heat meter thing, which it introduced to me after I beat him once. And I even increased my heat level and did on my second run through and beat him again. That was when I beat him with the spear, which I had some really tight stuff on that spear. Like, I had basically no special attack to go for, but my primary attack was a 3-pronged freezing attack that did like 400% damage.
Jeez.
So I was just dodging around. And then the charge-up attack on it, because I was using the Hades version of the spear, puts a debuff on somebody. It makes them more vulnerable to damage for, I think it's 10 seconds.
Wow.
So specifically for Hades, I would do the circle attack through the thing I was standing behind, debuff him, and then as soon as he'd done his thing, I would come out and just lay into him with all I've got normal attack-wise and then just dodge out the way again. Like, it was a little bit silly.
Jeez.
Yeah, some runs can get super powerful, and it's really fun with those ones.
Yeah, it's like the stuff you really love seeing in Isaac, where it's like, how did you manage to get tiers that just are literally the size of the screen? It's like this Death Star moving across the screen. It's like, I like when roguelikes can get to the point where it's like, yeah, I have totally broken the game, and the game's just like, yeah, man, have fun. Like, you got the best combo. Enjoy it.
My favorite one is in Isaac is when it gets framey, where it's just like there's just too much going on the screen. Stop it.
That's
please.
The real good stuff.
Enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I beat Hades twice. I'm about to start another run and try and go for him again. Because I want to get to the end again. because I just want that conversation to keep going.
Yeah.
I want to learn more and more and more about that end. And my favorite thing now is I've given the contractors the improved table. So the contractors in the underworld, I've given them the improved table, and I'm working on my diamonds because you can give them things like, for example, the first one I upgraded was the Bloodlust, which is the 20% purple experience bonus thing that you get. You can get an upgrade through them where it doesn't just give you 20% purple, it also gives you 20% gems.
Oh wow, okay.
And then you can get one where anytime you pick up what's the nectar, like the basic nectar, you get a free boon, a free random boon.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
It's
the boon level up, yeah, but
it's ridiculous how quickly you can.
Those are cool.
It's like, oh, I'm getting stronger and I'm getting better and I'm unlocking more stuff, and now you're giving me away by using all of these different weapons to stock up my diamonds, because you only have to beat the Bone Hydra to get a diamond, and the Bone Hydra is a basic B, if I don't mind saying.
Super easy.
And as soon as you beat him a couple times, you unlock something else, and then you're like, oh, now I'm even more powerful. Now I'm even more deadly. Now I'm getting all of this bonus stuff. I have a bonus that with the more Olympians I have, I get a 5% bonus, depending on how many Olympians I have in my boon list. So I get like a 5% damage bonus per Olympian, I think it is.
Jeez.
So if I've got 4 Olympians in my party, I'm already doing 20% more damage.
That's nuts.
The game gets ridiculous. Like, it's one of those perfect storms of. Don't get me wrong, I've still had bad runs. I've still got to a point where I died. It's happened a lot. But I'm at the point where it's like, no, every time I go in now, I feel like I can make it. Which I never thought about that until really late game Isaac. It was like, no, I don't care what you give me. As long as it's not soy milk, I'm beating this game.
I got some funny stories to tell you about my greedier runs this week in Isaac. Just I unlocked the gold door on the first floor. Soy milk. Again. Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I beat it twice. The Edge is still there to play. Literally, I've been playing it on my couch downstairs, streaming it from my PC. Which, let me tell you, fighting Hades when your controller dies and the game doesn't automatically pause it.
It's real bad.
The fastest I've ever run upstairs in my life.
I'm really hopeful that now that the next gen of consoles are coming out here in like a week and a half, I'm hoping that we start seeing Supergiant talking about Hades coming to at least PS5 and Series X, if not the previous gen consoles.
Yeah. I had a couple of good runs. Monkey, tell me about your chain.
So I got credits in the game, right?
Okay.
Credits is after beating it 10 times.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
If you saw my tweet, it said I broke a streak. I had an 8-win streak.
Oh man.
And like I was playing like 1 or 2 a day this whole week, and I didn't lose until yesterday, and I was so mad about that. But the reason I lost was because there's one of the modifiers that gives you heat. It's all enemies do 20% more damage and are 20% faster.
Oh geez.
So I got to Hades, I got to his second form, and I don't know, just something about it. With those 8 runs, I guess I got into a rhythm fighting Hades, and then just that 20% faster, like I was just getting hit left and right.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Man.
His huge hits as well, like he has a little bit of a build up on those huge moves at the end, but not a lot. And if that's 20% faster by itself, that's a real easy way to throw yourself off and then take 10 damage a second as quickly as you know.
Yeah. It was rough. But I think it was funny for that the run I got the credits on, I beat it with Hades' spear, so I was like,
Oh wow.
Yep.
that's fine.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my second one. That's because that's the spear that does the debuff when
Yeah.
you do the swing attack at them.
But you, Moon, you were saying how it gives a good reason for you to keep going. Like,
Mm-hmm.
once you get credits, it gives you an even better reason. I think
Oh,
even
man.
better reason to keep going. Like this is a really good game.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, that's all I did this week. Just get 8 wins in a row.
Yeah,
Right.
just.
I
Whereas Boston got 0.
I kept having a lot of really great runs where it it let's draw more Isaac analogs. It's a lot of like you get to the womb and you're like, "Oh, I don't have the damage to do this." And
Mhm.
like you get to Shoal and you're like, "This is where this run ends." A lot of mine is I get through the first 2 areas pretty easily. I feel like I'm upgrading pretty nicely. I've got a pretty solid build. Elysium goes fine. This last run I had, the fighting the double boss was actually pretty easy because I had Aphrodite's Call, and I built that all the way up to level 4. Pulled that off, and it did like 2,700 damage. It just deleted one of the bosses. It's like, all right, I'll take that one.
I hate her call until I remember I had it during that fight, and I remember Monkey saying 2,500 damage is a lot more than you think it is.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's a
what's he
lot.
talking about? 2,500 damage, and then I did it, and she did her thing, and the Minotaur was just like, "Oh, here is a huge chunk of my health," and I was like,
Yep.
"Okay, maybe I shouldn't be so mean to Aphrodite."
Yeah. I actually liked hers a lot because I liked using it against try to use it against stronger enemies to either kind of lock them down for a couple seconds to take them out without them attacking me, or just turn them loose on a whole bunch of other people. But man, the point where most of my not strong enough runs ends was when I get to the floor with Cerberus. What's that floor called?
Well, can't remember.
Maze of
Something like
something?
Temple or something. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Temple
don't
of Sticks,
remember.
is it?
Temple of Sticks, I think that's right, yeah. I do like one branch, it would go fine. Go into another branch. Poison rats, they just, like, I can never do enough damage to get through them fast enough, and their poison just keeps spreading and spreading, and that's what kills me.
It's the werewolves for me because I can handle the rats okay. It's the werewolves because they have the
spit.
ranged poison
Yeah.
and they always get me
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. And it's, like, I think that temple maze thing is a really interesting idea, and I think it's really cool because it really breaks up the run in a really fun way. But man, if you do not have a solid build at that point, the game just like puts its hand in your face and just pushes you down. It's like you are not ready, just like get back down there, try again.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's a negative, but I think that's really good because it changes the run up enough and kind of lets you know that like you might be able to get through this with some skill if you're experienced enough, but I am not at that point, so it's if I don't have a solid enough build, it's
it's so many little things as well. Like especially that is a prime example to I think that when I got to that floor was the first time I noticed that if a reward is more rare, obviously you have the gold laurels around the side, but then it also has a shiny effect for the super rare rewards as well.
yeah.
Like that was the first floor I noticed it because obviously you can do a direct comparison between like 6 doors.
And you're like, what? Why does this one look super special?
Like
Yeah.
it's a good teaching floor for little things you may have missed along the way.
Yep. Yeah, but I had a whole bunch of runs this week, and like all of them finished at that floor, if not Elysium. I just couldn't get a solid, super overpowered run, and I'm still building the flowchart with a lot of enemies, so I don't have that sort of experience there. So, but yes,
cannot recommend the hammer enough. By the way, if you see
Yeah.
that hammer as a
always get it.
take the
Yeah.
hammer.
yep, it's so strong. Yeah. Oh man,
so
Hades
good.
is so good.
It's worth mentioning as well, by the way, on that floor, the 2 boss floor. Did you guys notice you're the world's biggest fan?
I don't think so.
So when you fight the Minotaur, and is it? It's not Persephone because
Oh yeah, at the top.
yeah, when on that floor when you're fighting those two bosses,
Mhm.
first time you beat them or whatever, go to the northwest of the screen, and
Mhm.
all of the ghouls sitting around are all in blue except for one, who's dressed in red, like a little ghost figure dressed in red. And the
Uh-huh.
first time you see him, he says like, "Do I have a fan there?" And then a little smiley face comes up above him.
Oh,
And
that's really good.
every single time I meet those bosses now, I go up and say hello to him, and
Yeah, me
and
too.
Hades always says something cool or cute to his one fan sitting in the
Oh, that's
audience.
really good.
Like
I'll have to go do that.
like they beat me, and then I came back, beat them, and then walked up there, and he was like, "You didn't think I'd let you down, did you, fan?" And then the little
Right.
smiley face pops up above it, and then I just left.
That's really good. Ah, this game. All right, so we will wrap up our thoughts about Hades overall here in our next episode. But before we go do our ranking, we're going to talk about next episode, our last one of the year here, because we're getting pretty close to the point where we're going to take a break for the rest of the year. Next game is going to be BPM bullets per minute. They
Yeah.
recently released, wrapping out this year again with 2 brand new releases. I've been looking forward to this game for a long time because I think all of us have seen either like a GIF or a short trailer on Twitter, and we're like, "What's this?" And it's like, "It's a rhythm bullet hell shooter roguelike." It's like, "All right, sure." And like 4 seconds later, you're like, "Yeah, all right, I need to get this."
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited to start playing BPM. I think that's only available on Steam right now. Steam and Epic Game Store, I believe.
I think so. It's the only place I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not on consoles at the moment, but I know they're working on it. But I don't think they have an ETA for it yet.
2021, best guess at the moment for
Okay.
them.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right, so our next game is BPM bullets per minute, and we'll see you next run. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.